welcome to the farm. And as we speak about onion farming, all begins here. What are these? These
Seeds.
is onion seeds. This is a variety called Neptune. This is not the only variety there is, but it is one of the common varieties in Kenya. So ukianza, when you begin onion farming, you have to ask yourself, how am I choosing the onion for my place? Remember, a kilo of onion is from 30,000 to 40, 45, 50,000 a kilo.
Wow.
So those are monies you don't gamble with just like that. You need a bit of education. So we have varieties that do well in hot areas and some that do well in the cold areas, or maybe Mount Elgon region. We have onions of that place. So once you get your onion variety right, the next question is usually how you prepare your land for sowing the seeds, or if you're getting seedlings, how you prepare yourself to farm the onion seeds. So the first things, choose your variety right.
Quick question, because we've had us say there are varieties that do pretty well where it's pretty hot. We're in Kajiado County. Kajiado is well under the ASAL regions, as I mentioned, the arid, semi-arid regions. I can see you using Neptune.
Yes.
Would you say Neptune is a good one for the hot areas? Might you shed a little bit more light on maybe varieties that people in the cold areas can consider?
Of course. So we have varieties like Russet. There's another one called Malbec that they do really well. The difference is some onions, if I go to technical, but some onions like long hours of sunlight.
Okay.
And some like shorter hours of sunlight. So those that like short hours of sunlight go to the colder places because the sun is not as much. Those that like really long hours, they go to the dry areas when you really have those long hours of sunlight. Yeah.
Okay.
So those are the onion varieties, and that's how we categorize them. Okay. But then we have another one that is intermediate that can do either or.
Either or.
And an example in Kenya is Africa Red.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
So after you have chosen your seed, you need to check the viability of your seed when you go to the agrovet to buy the kitungu. So how do you check that? In Kenya, definitely. This is KEFIS. KEFIS is the body by Kenyan government that allows seeds. So you can scratch this number and send an SMS to them. They're going to tell you whether the seed is viable or not. If you don't want to do that, then the other thing you do is you check the date of packaging.
Date of packaging, okay.
Yes. And then you ensure the onion you buy is not 2 years older than the date of packaging.
Okay.
Does it make sense? Is that English?
Like the manufacturing date shouldn't be 2 years older than the packaging date. Is that what you're saying?
No.
Okay.
The packaging date should not be 2 years older than the date you buy it.
Oh, okay. Got you.
Put that again so that I see it. It's well understood.
It's hit home. When you're buying the seeds, make sure the difference between that particular day you're buying it and the packaging date indicated on the package is not more than 2 years.
Exactly.
It should be less.
Yes. So that is how you know a seed is viable. That is the first one a seed is viable. The second one, of course, you have to check where you're buying. Okay. Your seed. Please go buy from registered
seed companies.
Yes. But there are some people who will go get seeds from Uganda, Tanzania, anywhere you brought for seeds in the farm. Sometimes just check. If you do not trust, just check the viability of the seed over here and the other one here. If you get the seeds that are more than 2 years old, that is where you try to do breaking of the seed dormancy, because the seeds become dormant.
Okay.
So you break the seed dormancy by there's some chemicals you can apply.
Okay.
Some people dip them in water overnight with that chemical until it tries to get like a shoot, small shoot, and then you plant the seed. That happens majorly in things like capsicum, where the dormancy is quite something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Learning something new there.
Okay. So once you have selected your seed, the next thing you go is in preparation of your nursery or your seed bed, ready for planting. If you can see our farm, this is a nursery unit.
Okay.
But as you can see, our beds are quite high.
They are high.
Yes.
How, like, is this a foot or is it 2 from where we are standing?
I think nearly 2 feet.
Nearly 2 feet. Okay.
And Agriculture, you learn every single day.
Mm.
We are anticipating heavy rains in March.
Okay.
Yes. And so these seedlings are for sale.
Mm.
And our place, the way we know it, you see this is black cotton soil.
Black
it
cotton,
tends to store a lot of water.
Mm.
So we do not want our seedlings to be flooded
Okay.
with water. That is why we have raised these beds.
Uh-huh.
As soon as the rains disappear from June, we are going to lower them a bit.
Okay.
Yes.
So wherever we are standing, it's more or less like a furrow. Is this meant to drain water?
It is meant to hold the water that is going to come
Okay.
from the rains. Because when this place rains, it pours. It's desert, so when it rains heavily, and then
Okay.
As when we go to the lower part of the farm, you're going to see the beds are a bit larger.
Okay. Those ones are almost ready to be harvested, so the
Yes.
rains won't find them in the shamba. Okay.
Yes.
That's okay.
So let's continue. So after you have prepared your seed bed,
let me ask something. Is there a particular reason why you have the shade net on top of the bed?
Yes. So remember, agriculture, when you studied in school, we said for germination to happen, we have three conditions.
Warmth.
What are they there? There's warmth, there's water, and then there's a growth medium.
Yes.
The growth medium is
The soil.
So this one is for warmth.
Okay.
Yes, to just encourage the growth. And another thing is, because we don't plant them deeply, if we just put them there, they're going to go with the wind. So we just cover.
That's the next thing I was going to ask. Like, how deep do you plant them?
And
what's the distance also?
I think in terms of depth of planting, I would say about 3 or 4 centimeters in, nothing more.
3 or 4 centimeters in?
Just actually maybe 2 centimeters in.
This is actually a centimeter.
Then a centimeter. 1 centimeter. If that's a centimeter,
more or less.
Then
So
that is
1 and a half.
Yes.
Okay.
So we just plant them very shallowly. An onion seed, I think I can see an onion seed.
Will it struggle to propagate?
This is an onion seed.
As it's
so you see how tiny
it hasn't germinated. Okay.
No, this is we planted this yesterday.
Okay.
So this is an onion seed. There's this theory we had in school that if you cover, it should just be 3 times the size.
Oh, of the seed.
Yes, if you're covering
the soil on top. Okay.
It should just be 3. So that's why I was saying a centimeter.
That's less. Even less then.
Yes. You just cover shallowly on top. If you're making furrows, you should just know the ratio of 3.
Okay.
The depth of.
Okay.
That is a theory we had in school.
And what's the distance between one row of seeds to the next? How big is this bed? How big do you make your beds? And how many rows of seeds does it take?
So this is our beds. This is not standard, but this is our bed.
Yes, yours.
We make them 1.2.
1.2
meters wide. Yes.
The length can be as long as your farm is.
No, you have to consider irrigation, how you're going to irrigate, and you're going to go over there. I'm going to show you how we irrigate our onion seedlings. So when it comes to, if you want to, there are various methods of placing the seeds into the ground. You can do the lines or you can broadcast them like this. So it's not standard. The whole idea is, don't put your seedlings together. They should be sparsely
populated.
If possible, each seed should have its own spot.
What's the distance? Or it doesn't matter?
No, it doesn't really matter, but each seed should have its own space to grow.
When you're doing the drip lines, because I can see you have some drip irrigation, and to obvious we're going to go that side so that you can see more about that. I'm assuming you plant them in rows. So what's the distance between the first and the next row like that?
Okay. So this is nursery setup. For nursery setup, you can put as many as you want drip lines. Doesn't matter.
Okay.
Because you want to irrigate the space, and then eventually after 6 weeks, you're going to move it into the main field.
Okay.
So in the main field is where you space beds 30 centimeters or 20 centimeters from one drip line to the next.
Okay.
In the main field.
Okay. Yes. Sawa. How long does it take from when you plant the seed to when they become mature enough to be transplanted? How many days are those?
Minimum, it's 6 weeks.
Minimum is 6 weeks.
Yes.
So that's 6 times 7, 42.
42. So we usually give for 45 days.
45 days.
Yeah.
Okay. That's more or less 1.5 months.
Yes.
Okay.
So there's 1.5 months of nurturing the onion seeds until they become seedlings. So this one here, you can call it day 0 or day 1. But then I want to take you to what it looks like around day 10 and then move that way.
Okay. Do you usually like note down when you have
Yes.
planted,
We have
the dates and all?
labels. Yes, we have the labels. Ziko kwa store, I don't know where they're not here, but it's a good catches. But we label everything. We have the manual, the farm manager puts the label here. The agronomist also from the office puts that there, so that we are able to identify the planting date and when the seedling should be transplanted.
Okay. I think one last question that I'll ask. We said there are 3 things that seeds require: the growth medium, the warmth, and the water.
Yes.
Other than that, is there anything else that you add at this stage?
If you can see that bed over there, there's a lot of manure.
Oh, that's manure.
Yes. So we make it a practice of treating our soil with manure every other time. Manure does two things. One, it will give you nutrients, and number 2, it's going to help in improving the soil texture and aeration. So we add manure all the time.
Right before planting?
Usually
after?
No, before.
Before, okay.
Not right before. It's a practice for us. If we have manure and we have made beds, we add manure. It's just a practice.
Doesn't matter at what point.
Not really, because if you look at it in again from an agricultural background, manure A and manure B are not similar.
Yes.
Cow A and cow B did not eat the same thing, or goat 1 and goat 2 they did not eat the same thing. So the content of nitrogen, for example, in this manure may be different from that manure. Another thing, manure A may not be as mature as manure B.
When you say mature, what do you mean?
Kuiva.
Break it down. Layman's language.
You see, if you have ever been into a farm where people use the manure, kama ya ng'ombe, when they wash the cow shed, they put it somewhere.
Yes.
And then when they are taking it to the farm, wanaanzanga na yenye walieka ya kwanza ndio inatokanga kwa shamba, not yenye ilieka.
It's drier.
Yes, it's hiyo tunaita kukauka na nini, is the manure decomposing in readiness to release nutrients.
Okay.
So now again, when it comes to nutrient release, nitrogen is not released the same way with phosphorus. The release rate is not the same. So ideally for me as an agronomist, when I'm adding manure, is not very much for the nutritional aspect of it. It is more so to help with my aeration of the soil. 2, it acts as a mulch. Unaona ikiwa hivyo, when you put water from the surface inakanga nika ujeka maji, lakini ndani bado maji iko. Yes.
Okay.
Those are the 2 reasons as to I will always add manure to my soil.
Okay.
Yeah.
I hear it being said that the smaller the animal, the stronger the manure.
Yeah.
And there are people who, I don't know how true this is, maybe you can tell us, you're the one with the experience here. There are people who say the kind of manure you use, depending on the animal, use kind of like the manure that is not so strong at the seed stage or the seedling stage. So that means like you use animals, cow manure, some things like those. Or can you still do the chicken, the rabbits, the whatever manure, the small animal manure? What would your advice be?
I think especially with chicken manure, chicken has a lot of urea.
Okay.
And that urea inachoma mmea. No, what do you say that in English?
It burns. Just say it as it is.
Scorches. It scorches.
We really hope that you're getting whatever it is that we are saying here. I know we're using lay language here, layman's language, but it's okay.
So when it comes to chicken manure, it has high spike of nitrogen. No, urea, not urea. Ile smell. When you go to a kitchen burn, it hits you, that smell, right? So that urea, if you're not careful, it burns. And I think the lesser the more that tends to happen. So my advice is usually you add manure, you mix it properly with the soil. If it's haijaiva, kuiva I meant decomposed well enough, you just don't use it.
Okay.
Yes, because
let it decompose, then you can use it later.
And when you want to test decomposition at home, you have to be careful, but this is how you do it. You can use a thermometer as it's supposed to be done. If you do not have a thermometer like most of us, you just unaingisha mkono kidogo ndani ya manure. Ikichoma, hiyo mbolea haijaiva.
If it burns you or if you feel a lot of heat, if it's hot, if the manure is hot.
Or if you see smoke going up, like it's like smoke.
It's smoking hot.
Yes, that manure is not ready for use. But then if you touch it and it's completely soft, your hand is just like it's cool, then that one is ready for use. That's how you test it. That is how we do it in the farms when you don't have thermometers.
Okay,
yes.
Fair enough. There is the issue, and allow me to ask this because I've read a little bit, and to our viewers, she'll talk a little bit more about the services that they offer at Onion Doctor, the services as well as the products. But there is the bit of soil testing, and I know it happens before you plant the crops.
Yes.
Can you take us through, can you speak a little bit more to that, the soil testing bit, and why it is important?
Yes. Farming is a business, yeah? And just like any other business, you need to look at your bank statement before going to invest, right? You can't say you want to do, say what, a shop of spares that the minimum investment is 2 million and your account has 50,000. You can either downscale to start with 50,000 or change the business as you build capital towards the 2 million business, right? So the bank statement, which is telling you the health of your business, is what a soil test is to a farmer. It tells you this is the status of your soil, so that you know if investing in it is right, and if not, what do I need to do to improve my statement. That is the easiest explanation I can give. And in it, I mean, once you do your soil test, we have the major nutrients that you check for, the usual NPK and the macronutrients, and then there's also the soil diseases that you can be able to check. So if you find, for example, you have a disease like Fusarium, they tell you don't do onions in 3 years. If you do,
they will die.
Most of the time they will rot. Or if you want to do them, there's these chemicals that you have to add to the soil before you plant. And that is the importance of a soil test. Another one is going to tell you your soil has enough nitrogen, don't bother. Or it has enough potassium, don't bother with these fertilizers. So it's a bank statement that tells you what is happening in your soil to help you plan for the season. Yeah.
Okay, nice. I'll intentionally ask, like, what's the right soil condition? I know you've touched on it a little bit for onions to thrive. What kind of soil do they grow well in?
They like well aerated soils. One thing that the soil, an onion is a heavy feeder. Nobody lied to you. It consumes heavily. So first, the soil
in terms of water or nutrients?
Both. Okay. It has to, for example, an acre of land in our area, you need 50,000 liters of water per week.
A week?
Yes.
Okay.
For 1 acre of onions. So that's a lot of water right there. Another thing is, in terms of the nutrient composition, you know, a kitungu is around 97% water.
Yeah.
So that tells you how much water it needs for production. Another thing, when it comes to now these nutrients, it's a heavy feeder, and then it's a short-term crop. So you will find maybe from week 1 to week 3, it requires this to this. That is the regime you try to implement in your soil to ensure it's suitable for production. Lakini pia onion likes a lot of water, but not excessive water.
Excess water. All right. What's the right pH for it?
Normal pH is okay.
Normal. Okay.
Or slightly acidic, but yeah.
Okay.
So now, over there we're speaking about the day 0. This is day 10. Unafunulia from the 7 to 10, depending on the place. Okay. So this is how they look like when they've just started germinating.
Okay.
If you can see, we have spaced them sparsely. We prefer doing them this way rather than clumping them up together. So all this bed, this is day 7, and this is half a kilo all the way.
Half a kg
of onion. This is 125,000 seeds, one bed.
Wow, 125,000 seeds.
Yes.
When you're transplanting them, what kind of acreage would they fit into?
So when the seeds is about 125,000, depending on the spacing you use, you can go to either a quarter or half, just depending.
Wow.
Yeah. So I think I want us to take us to where they're a bit more mature, where we can see. So as you can see, the seedlings zinaendelea zikikua. Our difference is usually about a week.
A week.
Or yes. when you're doing the seeds. So this is how they continue to grow. You can see they have started catching up. They look very nice, very healthy.
This is more populated than the others.
No, it's just that this is more mature. The leaf, you can see the leaf is more.
Or rather, what's it called? Can I call it foliage?
Yes, that's the word. The foliage here is more than
there.
But the difference is that these ones are a bit older, so they can lie to your eye. But every bed is 125,000 seeds.
Okay.
Yeah. So I want us to move to the next.
We keep growing.
We keep growing, literally. So these ones have 2 more. They're not exactly a month old, but they are headed to week 4.
Oh, headed to week 4.
Yes. So in the next 2 weeks, these are going to be mature, ready for planting. Yeah.